Let's give God another hand. My moment of Black History will be on Dr. Martin Luther King. This morning we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King's life, ministry, and leadership during the civil rights movement that encouraged minorities to stand up for their rights. His compelling words still ring true today as they continue to inspire people of all races and creeds. Born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15, 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. was the middle child of a minister. He was an active member of his church and sang with his church's choir when he was 10 years old. After skipping 2 grades in high school, Dr. Martin Luther King accepted to Morehouse University and within 4 years graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. He continued his studies at Pennsylvania Seminary. By the time he was 26 years old, he held 2 bachelor's degrees and a PhD. Following the December 1st, 1955 incident, Rosa Parks was arrested for failing to give up her seat for a white passenger on a public bus in Montgomery, Alabama. The head of the NAACP and Martin Luther King supported a boycott of the bus company. This boycott lasted for over a year. During this time, Dr. Martin Luther King received numerous threats. His house was bombed and he was arrested, yet his efforts resulted in the U.S. Supreme Court prohibiting racial segregation on public buses and transportation. In 1963, during the March on Washington for Jobs, Freedom were promoted, Black activists and minority leaders gathered with thousands of others who supported the cause. Dr. King delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. In the following year, Dr. King founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and preached nonviolent resistance against the injustice that minorities suffered. He felt that nonviolent disobedience would garner a great deal of media coverage, which would ultimately lead to a feeling of sympathetic in public rights. Like all who campaigned for change, Dr. King was targeted by the opposition for his views and efforts to gain equality for minorities. In March 1968, while in Memphis, supporting the Black employees of the Public Works Department, Dr. King was assassinated as he stood in the balcony of the hotel room. During the following day, the strike settled. Elsewhere, riots ensured a week later more than 300,000 people attended Dr. Martin Luther King's funeral. Dr. King impacted defined the early 1960s. Through his efforts, Black minorities were eventually granted many rights that they might not have today were not for Dr. King. The right to vote, desegregate of public places in schools, labor, and other basic rights were also promoted and granted because of his work. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 cemented these rights. On October 19, 1983, the Senate passed a resolution to create Martin Luther King Jr. holiday that where posterity will celebrate his extraordinary work. Pray for him from the Lord.